Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one now. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality, spirituality. Oh, now we get real.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and this is going to be a special show today. Why? Because it's just going to be me and you. I've been receiving a lot of new followers, and so bear with me if you're a long-time listener. I want to let everybody know what this show is about, who am I, and just the purpose of reality spirituality. Close your eyes and remember a time when you've experienced an indescribable moment, a moment that connected you with the energy that creates worlds, an unforgettable moment that you felt the power of creation inside of you. Every cell of your body was alive. When I've had those moments, I usually break down and cry because it's almost too much when I feel the presence of the universe, when I'm in that place. It actually is undescribable. Not undescribable, indescribable. You're happy, you're at peace, you're overcome with gratitude. Your feelings are so intense. Can you remember a few of those times in your life? We've all had them. Well, reality spirituality is about you and me experiencing more of those feelings. More of those feelings. This show, it's reality spirituality. It's not a religion. It's a guideline living connected to the universe. Now, some people use the term source energy. Some people say source, spirit, God, higher power. It doesn't matter what you call it. This show is about living connected, in that space all of the time. So I focus on every single moment throughout the day, our common everyday life experiences, because in every moment is a spiritual one. I don't care if you're washing dishes. I don't care if you're putting gas in your car. It doesn't matter. Every one of these moments is linked to spirituality, is linked. That's what spirituality is. You don't find spirituality. It's here, and it's right here in this moment here. So this show is teaches us how to live connected. I say live connected, but we're connected whether we realize it or not. But it's about gaining more self-awareness, more consciousness. It's about living more consciously. Because there's a huge difference between living consciously and unconsciously. Trust me, I was unconscious for decades. And when I am, and honestly right now, oh my goodness, I'm so conscious it's annoying. I'm talking about for myself. There isn't anything that I do or anything that I say that I'm not conscious of it. I used to live being moved by what happened to me. my circumstances, what somebody said to me, what somebody forgot to do, or what happened. And that isn't living to me. Living is living consciously regardless of what happens, regardless of what someone says or does, regardless if I got a promotion or I didn't, if my car broke down or it hasn't. That's a true story a couple of weeks ago. So this show is about how to live more consciously in our everyday moments. We don't have control over what happens to us, but we definitely have control over our perspectives, our responses, our behaviors, our words, our vibration, and our attitude. Our personal vibration is really, really important. What is that? What is a personal vibration? Well, we're all energy, and we all vibrate at a certain frequency, if you will. You can tell the difference. You can feel the difference. Yeah, some people call it good mood, bad mood. I usually don't like labeling good or bad, but you can feel when you're a little bit more irritated, a little bit more annoyed. Somebody could say something to you on one day, and it just goes in and out your ears, and you, okay. And then there are other days, talking about myself, when the slightest statement from my mother annoys the hell out of me. And that is because of my personal vibration. Yes, I have the power to control. I have the power to dictate what my personal vibration is going to be in every moment. So that's what reality spirituality is about. And I answer questions from the audience. I answer questions from anyone about anything. And my purpose is always to, number one, get to the truth. Get to the truth of whatever is going on in your life. And number two, to assist you with maybe looking at it a different way, maybe looking at your same circumstances with different eyes. Because when you switch your perspective, when you change your perspective, you change your personal vibration. So that's what reality spirituality is about for my new listeners. And thank you for finding me. You know, everybody that listens to this show because they were directed to listen to the show. There are no mistakes. There are no accidents. Everything is unfolding exactly the way it's supposed to. Everything. And everything that happens to me and everything that happens to you, in my humble opinion, and you can tell I'm really humble, in my humble opinion, happens for our betterment. I mean everything. So that is what reality spirituality. I have a new book that's been out maybe a month and a half now, and it's called Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness. And this show teaches, shares how to have more of those happy moments, experiences. And when I say happy, of course, I'm not talking about what happens to you, what your latest accomplishment. I'm talking about living centered with this internal temperature gauge, knowing that everything that happens is in order, and you're okay with it all. And in fact, you're grateful for it all. All of it, Rebecca? Yeah, all of it. All of it. That was a mouthful. Back to the Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness book. You can order that book on my website, which is RebeccaNorrington.com, RebeccaNorrington.com. It's $19.95, and in the U.S. you get free shipping. Now, in that book, I also teach how to happiness. Happiness in money, happiness in death, happiness and forgiveness, happiness in everyday life, happiness and having people having different opinions than you. That's a real tough one that I used to struggle with. because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pretty opinionated. But my opinions are my opinions, and your opinions are unique to you. And it's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's about creating this environment, creating a life of peace wherever I go. Because I can create peace in any moment, even though it looks like it's not peaceful, or I can create something other than that. I can create conflict. I can argue. I can disagree. I can go back and forth, and that's how I used to live. Oh, my goodness. I could win the Guinness Book records of the person that just loved to argue over nothing. I mean, arguing over, ask my ex-husband, over nothing. And so what I've learned and what I want to share with you is how you can also. When I was younger, I wished for two things. One, to live to my potential, whatever that is. It's open-ended. I don't have any, I have to do this, and I have to have a television show, and I have to be on the New York Times bestseller list, and I have to, no. Live to my potential, and I let the universe decide whatever the hell that is. And number two, I want to be happy. My favorite quote of all time is Abraham saying, "You cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey." Reality Spirituality, this show is about the journey in every moment. Now, we have a few callers. You are invited to call in, area code 646-564-9619, area code 646-564-9619. And you are welcome to call in and ask me anything, what is going on in your life. And again, I'm here not to give you answers, but to give you choices, more choices. And we're going to go to my first caller, which is area code 717. Area code 717. Welcome. You are live on Reality Spirituality. What's your first name?
Hi, my name's Elizabeth. How are you?
Hi, Elizabeth. Fine. I'm doing great. Thank you for calling. And what's going on in your life?
Well, it's my first time calling into this show, so I
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. I enjoyed that I called on a day where you kind of explained your thing, and that was great to listen to.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, and so I'm calling. It's my 30th birthday, and I thought, what better way to start with maybe getting a touch of a reading to see what was kind of happening in my life in the moment.
Oh, my goodness. When you said 30th birthday, I just got chills all over my body. I'm still feeling it. Wow. Oof. I mean, I'm all over. I'm just chilled up, Elizabeth. I'm chilled up. Oh, my goodness. Hold on a second. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. The show. We're going to work through, it was scheduled. Okay, we're going to keep on going, even though they say that the show is 30 seconds into the show. We're going to keep on going. The show is still going to be recording. So that's my fault. I set the timer off for 15 minutes instead of 60 minutes. But anyway, that's the way it goes. You see how everything just happens in the moment?
It does.
Okay, so 30 years old. Give me a little bit about you. Where are you? Who are you? What are you feeling about Elizabeth on your 30th birthday?
Well, for a living, I'm a massage therapist, and I've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very great relationship, and it's a long-distance one. My boyfriend's actually on his way to visit me right now.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm feeling. I feel good all about everything, but I also feel like I'm kind of floundering. not maybe doing my potential.
Well, that's a really interesting word, floundering.
I don't know where that came from.
well, yeah, but it came because I needed to hear it. Floundering. So are you feeling, because one of the things that I say is this having this sense, this energy of dissatisfaction. So are you feeling dissatisfied in any way? Because
when you feel like I could do more.
Okay. So so that means that you're not satisfied, right? With what you're doing right now. In other words, you want to do more. You want to, whatever it is, do more, correct?
Sure, yeah.
You know, this is such an important topic, this doing more. And let me share with you a little story. I was raised, because this is what I believe, that, we did not come out of the womb at 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old, looking in the mirror and saying, gee, I could do more. I can't wait until I start walking and riding a bike. I can't wait till I learn how to handwrite. I can't wait till I learn, math questions. So this feeling that you're saying of doing more is a man-made concept. It's not universal. And I was taught, I don't know about you, but I had two parents that were very, very, if you're not doing something, in fact, I remember my mother saying, Becky, she calls me Becky, do something even if it's wrong. So it's this idea of I'm not doing enough. And I grew up with this. If I spent an afternoon sitting in a chair, maybe watching television, or even spend a day, I would feel bad about myself, like, oh, I am not productive. Oh, God, how lazy. And that's another thing. Oh, I'm lazy. I could have been doing something. I didn't achieve anything today. Oh, I wasted this day. You remember those?
Yeah.
And so what happened to me is that the universe didn't want me feeling like that. So there's a time in my life a few years ago, it wasn't that long ago, where the universe sat my ass down Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Elizabeth, I didn't do crap. I could just say what I really want to say. I didn't do shit. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I sat in a chair watching TV. I wasn't reading. I wasn't writing. Nothing. I sat and watched TV most of the time. Maybe I, piddled around the house and cleaned up a little bit. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I felt bad about each day because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing enough. And they said, we want you to sit there until you start feeling good about doing nothing, until you start feeling good about where we want you to be, which is we want you doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how long it took me to feel good about doing nothing?
3 days, I'm going to guess.
Oh, you're so cute. No, honey, it was 2 years.
Oh, God. Okay.
So what I want to say to you is this thing about not living to your potential or floundering or not doing enough, that is the wrong way to look at it. That is going to keep you unsatisfied and feeling this way forever. What I really want to share with you is every moment you are living your potential, because the universe, you are the universe. Let me not divide it.
Sure.
You are a physical example of the universe, and the universe is living through you. And the universe wants you to feel good about every stage and every place that you are. Because when you say, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not, you could do more, you are not living in the present. You're living with this concept of man-made concept like I explained earlier, and then you're also living in the future of what if I could do this, because, and let me say this feeling that I could do more will always stay with you forever unless you switch it up right now. Trust me, honey, it will always stay with you forever.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And like being new in the career that I do, and I travel all the time, and I do have a lot of different things that I like to do, and then sometimes it's a weird place to be, and what you described kind of it makes a lot of sense to me, where it's just I guess I'm being too serious about life sometimes. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Now you hit on something else. Yes. Exactly. I was serious about everything. And that's what I'm feeling from you. Lighten this up. There is nothing that serious, and this is gonna hit you. Nothing is that serious, including this life itself.
Mhm.
Yeah. This energy of that's serious. No. It's time to lighten it all up. Nothing is that serious. Not even death, not even health, not money, not relationships, none of it. It's really not. Things that are serious, we were also taught, that's serious. No, it's not. Nothing is. Nothing is. This radio show is not that serious. In fact, somebody, I have a few callers that are on the line, and 3 of them hung up already. Guess what? That's not serious either.
Sure. Wow. Okay. So that being said, what do you see when you look at me?
This is what I see. This is what I feel. I don't see anything because I don't do this future thing. I don't do future at all because it's all about the moment. But this is what I feel from you. This is what I feel. I feel that you are this energy that is always wanting answers. You want answers. And I also know that you are very self-aware, very. But you have this concept of having an idea of what, quote, unquote, should happen. Should. I hate that word. I don't use that word should. And I also feel that hold on a second. I feel that you should happen. It's really controlling. You need to sit in the back seat and let the universe drive. You need to do more. You need to surrender more. Surrender to here we go. Surrender to the uncertainty of all of it. Surrender to the uncertainty of the next moment, of the next day, of the next week, of the next year. Let go of all of these things in your head where you think that you know where you should be, because you really don't. I mean, I'm talking about myself too. I don't know. And right now I'm in a place where I don't care. The universe is the best driver, the best chauffeur. And it's time to let go of that steering wheel and start getting really comfortable with the unknown and with the undecided. And when I say get comfortable, I mean embrace it and really start enjoying, wow, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm so excited about whatever's going to happen. I know it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help a little bit?
I think so.
What else? Since everybody hung up on me.
Now it's just you and me?
Yeah, now it's just you and me. So, I mean, seriously, is there anything else that did I help you with anything? Of course I did.
That does help because I feel like I do think nonstop, and I do it's funny for as much as, I feel like you might call me a free spirit or whatever that means, but as much as I think, and I'm totally, laid back in my personality, it's like I do like that control, and I do for some reason think way too much into things. It's like I've been doing this job for the last couple years, and I want super control of that, and I want to know how it's going to be tomorrow, which I'd never do. And I've been in my relationship for about 2 years now. It's like I want control of that because I want to know, what's the next step there, and when are we supposed to be living together, and that sort of thing. And
so you're a what's the next step thing. You're the what's going to happen next kind of girl. So you're not really living in the present.
I guess I'm not.
And the place where you are going to be the happiest is in the present. You cannot be happy living in the past. I mean, unless you're thinking about something really great that happened to you, you're connected to the universe, you're not going to be happy. And if you're thinking about the future, you're not going to be happy either. And, okay, so this is something else. This is something else that I just got.
Okay.
We're also dealing with this trust. You're not trusting. You're not trusting the universe.
Okay.
You're not trusting that that where you are is perfect right now. You're not trusting that at all, and that really subtracts from your happiness. That really puts a dent in. I mean, not to trust. Because anytime, and let me say this: you're not alone, honey. I was you. I'm in my 50s, so I was you. And you know what? At 30 years old, I did not pick up the phone and say, well, listen, I want some more answers. No, listen, at 30 years old, I knew all the answers. So let me just give you give you a lot of props. See, you're feeling that there's something amiss. You're feeling that there's something that you, whatever it is, when I say something amiss, meaning there's something that's going on inside of you. And really what the universe wants to say is they want you to trust, they want you to let go of control, they want you to surrender, and they want you to be at peace with this moment. Let me say one more thing about these thoughts, because thoughts are so interesting. Your thoughts that you're thinking, yesterday, oh, boyfriend, what's the next step? Oh, next step in 2 years. Oh, all of those thoughts are your ego. There are two entities living in you. There's the ego, and then there's the universal voice. There's the ego's voice and the universal voice. Okay? Two voices. Now, we already know what the ego is saying. You're not doing enough. You want to know what's going to happen next. You've been doing this for 2 years. What's going to happen in the relationship? What else? What else is going on? What else can I do? Oh, I'm serious. That's all ego. Now, I'm not hating on the ego. I'm not hating on the ego at all, because the ego is there for a purpose. The ego is there to make sure that I don't walk out of the house with paisleys and plaids. The ego is there so I can brush my teeth and put on a little bit of makeup and look really cute for the day. The ego is there to let you know the contrast between the universe and the ego's voice. So it really all depends on which voice you're focusing on, because you can't get rid of those thoughts. I mean, I haven't been able to get rid of this is what I've had. I've been able to quiet the thoughts, and they don't come as frequently because, I've been working at this for a long time, I've been growing for a long time. But when you sit there and you pay attention to which thoughts you're listening to, now what do you do when you hear those thoughts, and what do you do when those thoughts come into your head? You're asking that question, right?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. This is what I do. And you can come up with your own thing that works for you, but this is what I do. Have you ever watched any reality television, the Housewives, whatever, all the reality shows now? Have you ever watched those shows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just entertainment, right? It's just, entertainment.
Right.
And so these thoughts that are coming into your head, you're actually taking your thoughts, these thoughts of not doing enough or what's going to happen next time, you're taking your thoughts really seriously. And they're not. They're not. What I do is just picture you're going to live theater, and these thoughts are on stage, and I'm in the audience. And I'm taking a look at these thoughts. Oh, gee, not enough today. Wow, that's interesting. You got anything else for me? Because in my opinion, my ego is there for me to feel bad for as long as possible, as many times as possible throughout the day. That's another job of my ego, to make me feel bad, or to try to make me feel bad about my life, about where I am, about where I'm going, about what's happening. The ego, that's the ego's job. So when you get these thoughts, because they're going to, and listen, when the ego knows that it's being ignored, that's when the thoughts get even louder. Oh, gee, the ego does not want to be ignored at all. The ego really wants you to feel and react on what the thoughts are having. Not doing enough, it's 2 years now, what's going to happen next? That's all ego thoughts. So when you have those thoughts that, quote, unquote, make you feel bad, then oh, really, that's interesting. You don't resist anything. You don't resist your thoughts. You just observe the thoughts. You just witness the thoughts. And you don't let those thoughts get inside and make you feel any way at all.
Okay.
That was a lot, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really say much because I'm just kind of going, okay, this, it's like I call it in wanting an answer, and I guess the answer is just stop wanting answers and not serious.
There's your answer. Because let me say this, you wouldn't be happy with any answer I gave you. I mean, what you wanted was not going to bring you peace. See, I'm here to bring you peace in your journey, in every moment.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you just had an energy shift, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It's great.
I would really invite you to call back again, because what you asked and why you called is so important, and not only for you but for everybody else listening. And because of you, my dear Elizabeth, on your birthday, on your 30th birthday, you've actually given gifts to everyone that's going to listen to this call, everyone that's going to listen to this show. And there's hundreds of people listening, thousands of people that will listen. You have just given a gift to the world. And you've given your gift to the world because you have been, you followed your inspiration to call, and you did. And you opened yourself up, and you were honest, and you're not only are you assisting people with the massages, but now you've given the gift to the world, and this is never, ever going to go away. I mean, we're on podcasts for decades, until the end of time.
Sure.
So on your 30th birthday, you received gifts, and you gave gifts out to the world. How the hell does it get better than that?
and it's not even noon.
It's right. Not even noon. Listen, I'm in California. It's only 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, God. God bless
you. Mm-hmm. Do you have a question about this boyfriend?
What is my question? I mean, I'm always curious, and not necessarily about much other than, are we doing okay? Are we supposed to be still together and that sort of thing? And where the relationship might be going, but again, then I'm looking into the future, so I don't know.
I got something else from you. I have something else now, and because when you talk to me, the universe just hits me with things.
Sure.
Because you're talking about being serious, not wanting to give up control, and so what you do is doing a lot of living in your head. You do a lot of thought, analyzing, blah, blah, beep, 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 beep. And the universe wants you to start feeling more and wants you to start using your intuition. You don't have any questions. You won't have any questions if you start using your intuition. And this is the interesting thing. Now, you said you're a massage therapist. Well, when you decided to be a massage therapist, that means you had to go to school. That means you had to learn a lot of techniques. You had to develop your skills, correct?
Sure. Yes.
So using your intuition is the same thing. It's the same thing as far as practicing and developing your skill. In fact, everything that I mentioned earlier, trusting more, surrendering, not taking anything seriously, all of giving up control, all of those are you practice. This isn't going to happen overnight. This is going to happen with your intention, with your intentions too. So it's never about what I want. How about my intentions to be more at peace with what's going on in the moment? My intentions to practice my intuition a lot more. Let's just start practicing. Because when you call me to get answers from me, guess what? I don't have your answers, but what I do have is how you can get your answers yourself. Mm-hmm. Then you don't have to depend on, well, of course, listen, I'm so wise, I'm brilliant. And I like, but you don't have to depend on me. You can have your own answers.
Uh-huh.
So this intuition, use your intuition with everything. This boyfriend, who you can feel. How does it feel today? How does it feel? Well, you tell me. Does it feel like you're being loved like the universe loves you, regardless of what you do, regardless of what you don't do? Do you feel unconditional love? Do you feel unconditional love?
Yeah, we do have that.
Yes. And let me throw a little twist around it, too, because you've got to give this unconditional love to that beautiful, beautiful, wonderful person in the mirror. This is about giving to you, you giving the gift to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel how something, and so that's your assignment. I want you to just practice with the intention of getting a stronger intuition. Not stronger. Your intuition is really strong, but relying on it. Because there is a part of you who is at peace with all of this, with everything that's happening. That's their universal side. And the only time we get into this other place is, not doing enough. 2 years, and then what's going to happen? Come on, that's not even reality.
How do you how do you start with learning intuition? Because there are some times where I feel like, okay, I just, go with my gut. I can do that very well sometimes. And then I don't know how to develop it, I suppose. And I think that the advice that I've had prior to talking to you about developing intuition is journal a lot, meditate on things, just listen and have it.
No, I was like, P-U. Let me share something with you. You're such a gift. Let me share something. There are 7.2 billion people on this planet, and we're all as different as our fingerprints. We're all that different, okay? So I'm sorry, but you don't know how many times people tell me, meditation is the answer. Well, you know what? Meditation is the answer for you.
Yeah.
I don't do this traditional meditation. Anytime somebody tells me I have to sit here, put my fingertips together, dim the lights, be quiet, I ain't doing it. To me, that's not fun. I don't want to. Maybe, you know what? Let me say something, Elizabeth. Maybe in 3 months, maybe that's what I'll do. But I haven't done it yet. Have I tried? Hell yeah, I've tried. I don't like it. So guess where I meditate? This is what I meditate. I meditate every time I'm in the shower. That's where I meditate. Sometimes some people, has to be quiet. I ride the bus back and forth to my office downtown Los Angeles. I take public transportation. I friggin' meditate on the bus. Okay?
Sure.
You've got to figure out for you what feels good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. And let me say this, it's unique to you because you are unique. What works for somebody else might not work for you. Now, if somebody gives you some advice and it feels really good, hell yeah, you can copycat. But but if it doesn't, if it's not a fit, you're trying to put your foot into a shoe that's 3 times too small. So the answers are all within you. Now you can ask people what do they do, and maybe you have more variety. Wow, that's an interesting thought. But it's still, you have to tailor-made. This life is tailor-made for you. And you said something about your gut. You said something about sometimes you listen to it and sometimes you don't. Is that what you told me?
I said sometimes with the topic of intuition, sometimes I go with my gut and I feel that. Other times I'm just not paying attention to anything.
Okay. So all it is just to be a little bit more conscious throughout the day. And how do we practice? This is how I practice a new skill. I do not bite off any more than I need to chew. If I want to practice using my intuition, in other words, in the beginning when I was practicing, it's just you find things that are really fun to practice, fun and easy to practice, like driving a new route or no, scratch what I just said. And it's practicing for maybe 5 minutes a day, or maybe 1 minute. Maybe 5 minutes is too long. Maybe 1 minute. But you can, you know what? It's just like deciding what to eat. It sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes I'm in the mood for Chinese, and sometimes I'm in the mood for Italian. And what is that in the mood? That's how you're feeling right now. That's how you feel. So it's really paying attention to how am I feeling before in other words, how am I feeling if I make a decision between this and that? Does it feel good to me? Does it feel a little, are you pushing? Or is it a relaxed feeling? Because everything in the universe flows. This is a flowy universe. Flow. And so what you really can practice is just practice flowing with it all.
Flow.
Flow. The only way to go is to flow. Write that down.
It rhymes, so it will be fun and easy to remember.
Yeah, the only way to go is to flow. And that's with everything. Flow with where you are, flow with your relationship, flow with the career that you've are in right now, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But the way to go, honey, is to flow. And that's your new mantra.
Okay. I'm just going to flow. I'm going to flow through my 30s.
This has been really good. This has been really good.
It's been great. I appreciate it so much. I think I've taken enough of your time. I'm sure there are other people that would like to speak to you.
Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Call anytime, seriously. You are a Reality Spirituality fan and not fan. You're a Reality Spirituality person just like I am. I mean, we're in one family. We're in one family, honey.
We are.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Wait, hold on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth, who called in Reality Spirituality for the first time today. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Have a great day. Bye.
You take care. Bye.
Okay. Wow, what a great call. Was that the best caller? I mean, what a great call. So many reality spirituality topics. Again, that's all for today's show. I am going to, Reality Spirituality is heard every Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want more information on my coaching programs, you can go to RebeccaNorrington.com, go to the Private Sessions tab, and if you want to receive my free monthly newsletter, email me at info@RebeccaNorrington.com. Reality Spirituality, the truth about happiness, is a must-read if you want to be happy. If you think this journey is important of course. If you want to flow with this journey, you can go to RebeccaNorrington.com, order Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, 1995, free shipping in the USA. And until tomorrow, my dear audience, I want you to remember who you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. You're always evolving. You're always changing. You're always growing. Love is patient, and love is kind. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. We're going to connect again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality with Rebecca Lynn Norrington.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's the new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Spirituality. Yeah, time to get down.